Welcome to the TCB Naturals class with me, Tabitha of Craving Yellow. I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for all the love you've been showing these IGTV videos. I am so happy you've been enjoying them. You've been learning a lot from them. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about one thing we haven't spoken about just yet, and this is relaxers. Yes, you probably know about TCB Naturals because of all the relaxers that we did when we were younger, when we were in high school. And funny enough, many of us are actually going back to the relaxed life because, hey, let's admit, natural hair is not necessarily for everyone. So in this video, I'm going to be talking you guys through some of the questions that we've been receiving to do with caring for your relaxed hair, and hopefully we can answer them. If you have any more, you can let us know in the comment section down below. So let's get straight into it. Wondering, is relaxer a good option for you? Now remember, the hair on your head, really guys, it is yours. You do make the final decision on how to manage your hair, care for it, etc, etc. So you may be wondering, should I relax my hair? Maybe you'll be natural. Should I lax it? I would say the first consideration to make is, what is your lifestyle? I would choose a relaxer if only it helped me manage my hair more in a situation in which I didn't really have the time to, I didn't have the resources to. Take for example somebody who is a Navy SEAL, guys. You're always in the water, you're living in extreme conditions, you don't have time to be there on a Saturday applying 16 different types of oils and conditioners and treatments on your hair. You may want something that is easier to manage, and to be honest, relaxed hair gives you more options in terms of versatility and being able to keep your hair in a certain condition to suit your lifestyle with, I would say, less effort than natural hair. So I would say don't use a relaxer if probably you're recovering from hair that has been colored and maybe you had like a really bad color session. Remember, color really is very stringent, especially permanent color, very stringent on the strands. So if you're recovering from such a chemical process, then applying relaxer might overly damage your hair. Remember, the way relaxer works is that it actually breaks down the protein molecules in our hair strand, and therefore that's how you get the straightening. So imagine you've had color on your hair, then you now go on and apply a relaxer. You might find that you have extreme breakage. So in those instances, I would say maybe not use relaxer just for now. Let your hair recover, let it grow out. Use some of the products in the maintenance range within TCB Naturals. I'm talking about the deep penetrating treatment, the oils, the leave-ins, to really give your hair that added strength that it needs before then you resume relaxing or coloring. So if you have decided to go the relaxer route and you said, you know what, Tabitha, I want to go straight ahead with it. Now you may be wondering, what is the right way to apply relaxer? Remember, the application process is so critical, people, very critical to the overall health of your hair after a relaxer. So what I would say is, number one, if you're going straight from natural all the way into relaxed hair, well, there's many ways to do that. I'm going to put some links down for you below to understand that process more. But if you want to just simply apply the relaxer to new growth, you want to make sure that you are only applying it to new growth. Don't double relax, like take the new relaxer, apply it to hair that is previously relaxed, because that's going to lead to breakage and literally your hair doesn't need it. So one way you can fortify your hair during the application process is to apply an emollient or a leave-in conditioner to the parts of your hair that are already relaxer processed. This will just mean that in case any runoff relaxer moves across the strand, it's not going to really affect the health of the strand because it's already meeting a layer of product. And then the second thing you need to be very cognizant of is not to overcomb your hair during the application process. Remember, combing in itself is already a mechanical process. It already is applying a lot of tension to your hair, and so is a relaxer. So you want to make sure as much as possible that they smooth the product into your hair and only comb on the very final stages when your hair has actually caught onto the relaxer and has begun to process. So if you're applying relaxer onto your hair, these are the things that you need to think about in terms of the process. So part 3 is to do with your scalp. Remember, yes, you want to have your hair relaxed, but you also want to live with a scalp that is healthy. Hair growth begins at the scalp, guys. If you have a scalp that is problematic, has a lot of dandruff, has a lot of, dryness and what, you really can't grow a healthy head of hair. So I would recommend, if you're going to apply your relaxer, make sure you base your scalp, number one. Make sure that prior to walking into the relaxer studio, the salon, you have not been scratching and itching your scalp. So you can't come from, let's say, having braids for an extensive period of time to removing them, combing your hair, scratching, itching, washing, and then going to apply a relaxer. By nature, relaxers are chemicals, guys, and your scalp is very sensitive to anything that is going to challenge its pH, anything that is can be absorbed into your skin. So you want to make sure that you apply a base coat. You can use a Valon, for example, apply it on your base. Use even hair food. TCB Naturals hair food can actually base your scalp before relaxer. And then point number 2 is make sure that your scalp is actually quite intact. That's why, remember, when we were young, people would say, go in with a dirty scalp. It didn't mean like actually go in with dirt on your scalp, but go in with a scalp that is actually quite virgin, quite untouched, quite pristine, so that whenever the relaxer is applied onto your hair, if there's any breakage on the surface of the skin, the relaxer doesn't penetrate that point of breakage and cause scalding or burns. Now, I know we saw those bulbs and scans when we were in high school, guys. People would come to school and their hair is laid down on the scalp because the scalp is bleeding, it is scabbing. One way to avoid that is to use hair food and to base your scalp before you apply your relaxer. So just a couple of more tips, just quick tips. I know we've spoken about a lot when it comes to the relaxer application process, but I would say do a strand test at least a day before, right? You may be like, I don't know if this relaxer is good for me, if it's gonna be strong enough, if my hair can take it. Well, take some broken hair from your comb, whatever falls when you're styling your hair. Apply some relaxer on that. See how it reacts. How long did it take to actually change the curl pattern? Did it go from straight? Did it remain curly? Was the relaxer strong enough? Was it too strong? Strand tests are really important. The second thing I would say is go to a professional, guys. There's lots of people out here who may be doing YouTube videos saying apply relaxer at home, but guys, I would say go to a professional, go to a salon that knows what they're doing. Get an expert to apply the product on your hair. It's a very time-sensitive process, relaxer application. So you want somebody who can easily say, okay, girl, see your whole head and okay, we need to go and wash it off, etc., etc. The second thing I would say when it comes to using a professional service is to make sure that you are applying the neutralizing shampoo. Neutralizing shampoo, TCB Naturals has this, very, very critical. Basically shows you when the relaxer is actually finally completely washed off. You don't want to think you're going to shampoo your hair and then it actually continues processing after you think you've washed it off. This is what leads to really thinning of the strands over your hair just looks burnt and your hair just becomes thin. It could be a factor of over processing after you think you've washed your hair. So always use a neutralizing shampoo. And then the third thing I'll leave you with is do your research in terms of no-lie and lie relaxers. Now this is a topic for a whole other video, but I will send you home with this homework. Do your research. What is a lie relaxer and what is a no-lie relaxer? Basically, I'll give you a cheat sheet. One of them requires pre-mixing and another one already comes mixed. Now that in itself, when it comes to relaxers, can give you a whole different outcome on the same head of hair. So before you go and do your relaxer process, do some research. What kind of relaxer would work best for you? Where can you get it done professionally? And how do you prepare your hair to ensure that the relaxer process leads to hair that is manageable and not hair that is going to get burnt and hair that is going to disappear after a couple of months. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for joining me for this talk. I hope that if you have any questions, you can leave them down for me below. I'd be happy to get back to them. But anyways, I'll be here very soon. But between now and then, I am sending you so much love and sunshine.